Hello, and welcome to your social studies lesson. Today we will be doing an activity related to our lesson about community participation and COVID-19. Today's activity is an experiment. During this experiment, we are going to test the effectiveness of different types of masks, or no masks at all, at protecting us from the spread of water droplets. Here's what you'll need for this experiment. You will need 3 pieces of paper. You will also need 3 things to study. First, we are going to observe a no mask protection. Then we are going to observe a very thin and comfortable fashion mask for prevention. Last, we are going to observe using a disposable mask. This is just your regular disposable mask that you would find at a grocery store or Walmart. Let's start by getting out our spray bottle. This spray bottle is filled with water, and here's what we're going to do. We are going to go through each of our test subjects, and we are going to spray the mask while also holding a piece of paper. Now, I'm just here by myself, so it's going to get a little messy. I don't have any way to hold the paper other than like this. So I'm going to take the paper like this, and I'm going to hold up the mask and spray it, and we are going to see if the water goes through the mask and gets on the paper. Let's start with this cloth fashion mask. Ready? Can you see? All right, I'm just getting it ready. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's pretty impressive. There is a little tiny bit of water. Can you see it? A little bit of water on the piece of paper, but honestly, I'm really impressed. For the most part, our water droplets stayed inside of the mask. Very cool. All right, let's move on to our very thin cloth mask. This is the type of mask you will typically see out, the easiest one to get a hold of. All right, we have our piece of paper ready. We have our mask, and we are going to spray through the mask and see how effective it is. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow. Okay, so this cloth mask is pretty wet, honestly. It did a good job keeping the water from going through the mask. Let's look at the piece of paper. Very impressive. Now you can see that there are some water droplets here. That's not from when I sprayed. That was from when I pulled the mask away from the paper. There's actually no water whatsoever on this paper that sprayed through from the spray bottle. That's pretty impressive. Okay, here's our last test. We tested 2 different types of masks to see which one was more effective. But of course we have to test with no mask too, right? Let's see how effective no mask is at stopping the water droplets from getting on the piece of paper. Ready? Oh, this piece of paper already has water on it. I don't want to get an inaccurate test result, so I'm going to grab another piece of paper. Okay, I have another piece of paper. All right, let's spray this piece of paper using no mask and see how effective the air is from stopping the water droplets. Ready? I guess I don't have to hold it on my neck, although that'd be really funny because then I'd have to spray my face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no. Well, you probably could have predicted that. This piece of paper is soaking wet. No mask at all is definitely the least effective way to stop water droplets from penetrating, well, no mask. So that wasn't effective at all. I showed you this experiment because we have decided that COVID-19 is spread through water droplets. Droplets that are their spit. They come from somebody else's mouth. So if that person is wearing a mask and they spit, it's not going to get on you, most likely, if you're wearing a mask. But if you're wearing no mask at all, we just saw that it's very likely that that COVID-19 droplet is going to get on you and possibly infect you. So that's why using the mask is so important. Let's review our lab questions together. We did this spray test. And based on what you saw, let's try to answer these questions. How can you slow the spread of COVID-19? What do you think? Should you put on a mask, island, or toys? Which one of these is the best way to slow the spread of COVID-19? Did you say put on a mask? Putting on a mask is a great way to help slow the spread of COVID-19. All right, here's our next question for our lab. Which mask was most effective at deflecting the water droplets? Was it this regular face mask, no mask at all, or the fashion mask? Which one was most effective at deflecting the water droplets? Did you say the regular mask that you would get at the grocery store? That's right. We found that these regular disposable masks are actually pretty effective at stopping the spread of the water droplets. And that's good to know. Now, the fashion face mask was cute and it was fun to wear and it is definitely more comfortable. But these masks are pretty inexpensive and they're easier to find now. So, if you're looking for a safe way to keep you safe from the droplets that could spread COVID-19, just use one of these regular disposable face masks. Thank you so much for joining me for this experiment. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.